This podcast audio is taken from my live Periscope and also my live Facebook. If you want to catch me live around 3 to 5 times a week, just type my name on Periscope or on Facebook and then just subscribe or follow. That way you'll get notified as and when I go live, and on top of that you can ask me questions and I'll reply to you in person. So let's get on with the show. So today I'm talking about how you can let go of procrastination. You may have that big goal or that big dream or that thing that you have to get done, but you just keep on putting it off, or there's negative associations around doing that thing and it's just easier to do something else. So if you're experiencing some form of procrastination and you really want to be able to get yourself to move forward and make sure you take action on those things, this audio or this video is going to be exactly what you need. So there's a few things I'm going to be talking about when it comes to procrastination, and that means we have many angles, many things that we can do in the moment to be able to make that change and get on to doing what we have to do. And speaking of which, I just said something very important there in my speech. I said the things that we have to do. Or you may be saying, I need to do this. Well, if you're saying things like I need to or have to, we're coming from a place which is not going to necessarily help us, because when there's a need or there's a have to, it creates a negative association to the thing that we're doing. I mean, if you could just imagine having to do something or needing to do something in comparison to I want to do something, your association will be completely different. So we need to be able to shift ourselves and even be conscious of a language like I just did. It's really important to catch yourself into the needs, the musts, the shoulds, and we need to turn them down or turn them round into I want to, I desire to, I'm going to. It makes a complete difference. So that was a quick one. I caught myself saying it, and it's always good to catch yourself in the moment, which is one of the first steps really. You need to be aware of what you're presently doing. So be conscious of the type of things that you're doing when you are procrastinating. So consider that. Are you thinking about the thing? Notice your association to it. What kind of feelings are attached to it? For some, it might be things such as it's too hard, or what if I don't do it? What if I fail? What if I succeed? What if I'm not good enough? Usually, if we're putting things off, we're having a negative association, whether it be for our self-talk, for our emotions, or just through the images that we're making in our mind. So you have to be aware of what those images are, or the self-talk, or let's just put it down as strategy. You see, everything that we do is a strategy. So if you are procrastinating, it just means you've got a strategy which is perfect if you want to procrastinate, but if not, it's just a simple set of things that you're doing on the inside that is causing to reproduce the same old results. But if we begin to interrupt that strategy, or we begin to change that strategy, you will then change your results. You will change how you act and react in that situation. So be conscious of what you are doing. Are you going to Facebook, which is fine in this case if you're watching on Facebook, or if you're going to Periscope, that is fine in this case because you're going to learn about yourself. But on the other hand, be conscious of the things that you are doing, because you are probably going to be doing the easier things, or the things which are giving you more joy compared to the thing that you should be doing or you need to do. As I said, we need to be conscious of our words, because need, must, should are not the greatest motivators that we want. It comes from like the stick rather than the carrot. We want to be able to change it more ideally into the carrot, where we want to do something, that we have passion for whatever that we want to do. So as I said, you want to be conscious of what you're doing. Once you become conscious of what you're doing, you then have an opportunity to interrupt it. So notice, are you not doing that thing because there are some negative associations such as anxiety, worry, doubts, fears, even things such as limiting beliefs, all those types of things? Be conscious of that. If you're conscious of it, you then begin to catch yourself in that moment. But what else can we do other than catching ourselves in the moment, being aware of our strategy, which will allow us to make the changes that we desire and to go for what we want? Because you ultimately need to figure out the why you are doing what you're doing, okay? So if, for example, you have an exam coming up and you really should again be knuckling down and revising and doing all those things, and when you think about that, it just doesn't make you feel good because you're focusing on the work itself. Now, if you're focusing on the work, you aren't going to be motivated because it's like looking uphill. You see the challenge, or you see the struggle, or you see all the effort you have to put into it. Now, if you're seeing it that way, you are absolutely going to not want to do it because it feels like stress. And it's natural to have that association. That's why we procrastinate. We're thinking of all the things we have to do, we need to do, and it has a negative association of being too hard, or, as I said, if I'm gonna fail, what if I succeed, what if I'm not good enough, all those things. So what do we do there? Well, as our attention is focusing on the wrong thing in terms of seeing the big struggle, we need to be able to flip it around and go that bit further. You see, if you think about that struggle or looking uphill, all the things you've got to do, and it doesn't make you feel good, then you have to switch things around and consider what it would feel like having succeeded at what you need to do. So what would it be like having revised and then put your attention on those feelings? You see, if you consider the job or the goal or the outcome and what it will feel like having made that change or having achieved that goal, whatever it may be, you are changing your association to that thing. Now, it doesn't feel like a struggle. Yes, you've still got to put the work in, but you're taking away some of their negative association. So that's what I do. If I have a big goal, if I've got a big recording audio program, or I'm doing stuff for mind mastery, all those things, and I see all the work I have to do, it's going to put me off sometimes. Despite even enjoying it, I think I've got so much to do, I get into overwhelm. So what I do is I put my attention not on the work, but on the success of that work. I consider, what would it be like if I actually completed whatever I'm doing? If I get myself in that state of achievement, then I'm feeling as if actually I'm going to do it because it's going to make me feel good. You're tapping now into the completion feelings, which makes you feel good, and it actually makes that need go into a want because you're training up your unconscious mind to look for the desire of having achieved your goal. So you're now putting your energy on what it'll be like to feel having achieved that goal. You feel good. You think that's what I want, rather than the stress that I'm experiencing right now or the association of the uphill battle. So you've got to put your mind one step forward. At the moment, it's at the one step forward of just seeing the struggle. But if you go one step beyond that, you're allowing your mind to focus on the good feelings. Now, if you're in a state of having the feeling of achieving and not actually having achieved it yet, and that's really vital, because you might be thinking, Joseph, well, if I get that feeling of achievement, then I'm not going to do it because I'm going to feel like I've achieved it. But that's not the true at all, because if you get yourself in that state of having what it's going to feel like having achieved it, you feel motivated by it, and your unconscious mind goes, that's what I want to feel like. It's going to want to get you beyond that step. It's going to get you to move beyond into those feelings, and that means you're going to get more motivation. The other thing is, which we can really supercharge it, is consider not only the feelings of what allow you to feel like having completed what you need to get done, but also the reason as to why you want to get it done. Now think about it. Usually when we think of the procrastination, we feel like we want to do other things instead. However, if you start to consider the motivation behind that goal and the motivation behind why you do what you do, so if it was for that exam, consider where that exam will take you and the success of that. Maybe it will lead you into a career progression, maybe it will allow you to get into a career, whatever it may be, you'll be causing yourself to tap into a deeper reason. If I consider my own work and even things like these videos, I'm considering not just the context of the talk that I'm talking about or the subject that I'm talking about, because that's good it makes me feel good because I'm passionate about the subject of the mind and how it works and how we can overcome things. But I'm far more passionate about the step beyond that of what it'll make me feel like, but even beyond that, which would be why I do what I do, which is to help as many people as possible. Now, if I think of that feeling, of what these videos or my podcast or my hypnosis sessions or mind mastery, if I consider my mission behind that, what that's going to do in the world, wow, that now really motivates me. So I'm feeling like I'm making an impact. Now, your thing that you need to do might not make you feel that way, but you can see yourself as to why you want to do what you need to do. So it could be that exam, like I said, which when it makes you think, I'm now going to get into that career, it's going to give me more money, it's going to give me more success. Now that feels far more motivating to me rather than the first thing. So now we've gone 2 steps beyond. The first step is really considering what it'll feel like having completed it, which gives us more motivation. It gets your unconscious mind to think, I want more of that. But then we can go an extra step as to why we are doing what we're doing, which means we're tapping into our core values. We're tapping into the real feelings of the big picture, the ambition, the mission, the vision, which allows us to make that change and get done what we need to get done. Now, the other tip, this might be my final one because I don't know how long I'll be doing this video for, but another tip which just popped to my mind is a counterintuitive one. You see, you could be looking at a screen or looking at what you've got to do for so long and you're just procrastinating and you think you must do it right there and then. But the problem can be is we get stuck. We get into a state of stuckness, if that's even a word, but we get into that state. So what we have to do is move into a different state. So sometimes we need to do that counterintuitive thing and actually leave the thing that we've been procrastinating about. Now, we don't go onto things like Facebook or we don't go onto watching a movie or whatever it is because that's not going to really get us moving. But what we can do is actually get outside, go for a run, go for a good brisk walk, and then you're now making your mind, your body work in a different way. You're getting a fresh perspective as to why you want to do. So you could actually use the first 2 tips that I just given you on your walk. So when you come back, you've got a fresh mind, you've got a fresh pair of eyes looking at what you're looking at or looking at the thing that you need to achieve. So what I would really suggest is rather just looking at the thing or considering the thing that you have to get done or need to get done or you must get done, actually counterintuitively step away, get some fresh air and get your body moving. When you're getting your body moving, you're getting your endorphins moving, which will make you far more creative. I've worked with lots of people in many different industries, and I've noticed the people who I work in the computer tech companies or scientists, all those where they've got to really think way beyond my level, they've got to really consider solutions to things, then they tell me all the time, and I could be working with them for that situation, or it's usually something personal in their life, but they tell me what they do for a living. But I'm always curious as to how these great minds work, and they tell me their best ideas do not come in the lab or they're not coming from work. It's usually when they're walking home from work or they're on the treadmill or they're doing something completely different. So the reason why is that sometimes you are consciously thinking too much about the thing which is getting you stuck. So what you have to do is remove yourself from the situation and do something else which is energetic, which is making you move. So once again, not Facebook, not Netflix or anything like that. You've got to remove yourself out of the environment and get moving, which takes your conscious attention away from the thing that you have to do, and then it causes your unconscious mind to figure out the solution, because sometimes procrastination is not knowing how to do what you need to do. So that means we've covered quite a few angles now. You got the first one, which is ultimately changing the struggle feeling into what it'll be like having achieved it, which takes away the negativity and puts your unconscious mind onto a path which makes you want to do it because it wants to get back into the state of having achieved it. The second one is to really find your why as to why you're doing what you're doing and what that will get you and what that will get you, which supercharges the task that you have to do. And then finally, the counterintuitive one is to get yourself out of the situation, get your body moving. If you need to dance around the house a little, you need to sing, or you need to go for a walk, you need to do a yoga session, whatever it is, you've got to move yourself out of the environment sometimes, and then even meditate as you're on the walk as to what it will make you feel like, or what's the purpose behind why you want to achieve the thing that you're procrastinating about. Combining all of those together will cause you to overcome procrastination. That is exactly what I do, so I hope you enjoy that. Now, I don't know if you got this on my app today or even on my newsletter, and if you're not on your newsletter, you really should be, because that's where I give a lot of great deals. But I'm going to give this two free hypnosis sessions to you. Now, these are sessions I actually sell for $59 each, and it's in twofold ultimately, because one, I haven't been doing this for like 4 weeks, where I used to be doing it every day because I was in England traveling, and also I was moving from over like 2 states. All those things, it's really let me off the ball because I didn't have all my audio, my mic equipment, all these things you might see around me right now. So I'm going to give you 2 hypnosis sessions, which I usually charge at $59 each, and it's in conjunction with Hay House, my publisher. I'm there to support them as they are here to support me. So I figure that a great way of doing that is if you go to www.josephclough.info/hayhouse. So josephclough.info/hayhouse, which is my publisher, so it's Hay and then house, then you'll be able to find out how you can get 2 hypnosis sessions, which I usually charge for $59. You'll be able to see them usually on my website for $59, and you'll be able to see that that's what I usually sell them for. But for this, I'm giving them away in conjunction with Hay House, which means you also get over 100 interviews free, by the way. This is all free, not only the free hypnosis sessions, but also 100 interviews. One of them is with myself as well. I do a great hour talk interview with some great people at Hay House, and there's loads of other people there like Deepak Chopra, everyone else on Hay House, so there's thought-provoking people. You get all for free, over 100 interviews with the most best-selling authors around the world. So you're going to get both of those, or I should say 3 of those, because you get the confidence nighttime transformation session. You get the restorative version of the nighttime transformation. Now that means as you go to sleep, you can mix it up, either one or the other. Then you can go ahead and listen to it as you go to sleep. And as you go to sleep, you can either use the confidence one, which will give you more confidence, let go of worries, anxieties, doubts, all those things, get all the resources you need. Or you can listen to the restorative version as you go to sleep. Your unconscious mind is picking it all up, but it's more about getting your body back into alignment. That means we're coming from both angles once again. So if you want to get access to the two hypnosis sessions, a confidence and restorative version of the nighttime transformations, go ahead to www.josephclough.info/hayhouse. So someone said on Periscope, I went there and had to pay $7. You actually do not. If you go to www.info/hayhouse, there is no product on there. I'm not actually selling anything. So go there and you will be able to find it. You just got to find the right URL. I will be posting it on here. And that means you'll be able to find it right there. So I'm going to post a link on here. If you're on Facebook, you can get it. But www.josephclough.info/hayhouse. Now, Sarah said on here, will these 2 be on your app for the phone? Actually, it won't, because they're too big in size for the app, so they're not actually ever going to be on the app. You can only buy them on my website for $59, or you can get them for free, and I've made it so you can actually download it via like a Dropbox app, and it'll be on your device though still, so you can play it as you go to sleep from your phone. I give you all the instructions there, having signed up. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to post the link on this Facebook video, and I don't know how I can do it on Periscope yet, but I'll figure that out hopefully. And I hope you enjoyed it, and go ahead and download the free hypnosis. As I said, www.josephclough.info josephclough.info/heyhouse, okay? You'll find all the instructions of how to get it. At the moment, I put it out today, and I think we've had about 100 or so people download it already. I'm not going to give it out for everyone. I'm going to probably cap it at around 200 people. So if you do want to act quick, it just means that you have an opportunity. I say that because you got hosting and it costs money for me to do this. So I'm going to limit it, or I'm going to put it out there as long as I can, or until we reach that magic number. So have the most wonderful day, and I look forward to speaking to you guys hopefully tomorrow on a brand new audio and video on Facebook Live and also on Periscope. Always know that you're worthy and good enough, and I look forward to seeing you guys soon. So many thanks and goodbye. See you soon, guys. This episode was brought to you by Mind Mastery, where you get to personally get access to me so I can answer your questions and coach you and do hypnosis with you to get the success that you desire. Not only that, but you get over 186 hypnosis sessions in day and night version, where half of these are unavailable anywhere online or on the app or the podcast. And you also get all my audio courses, the Complete Confidence, the Happiness Unleashed, the Anxiety Freedom, and the Be Your Potential video course, and so much more. If you want to support the show, if you want to be able to transform your life, go ahead and visit josephclough.info/mindmastery.